Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. Today's sequence is all about the upper body, so mobilising through the upper body as well as doing a little bit of stability work. If you've got 2 blocks, please grab them. We'll use them just right at the beginning. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You could use a cushion to sit on at the start, or I'll just give you another option as well, okay? So make sure you're comfortable and let's make a start. Either in cross-legged position on a cushion or taking your Japanese seat. So placing it just underneath your seat, you can sit back, tops of the feet down, toes pointing back. And then when you're ready, placing the hands down onto the thighs and closing down your eyes. Just taking your time to make yourself feel comfortable in whatever position you've chosen. And taking a moment here to gather all of yourself. Starting to notice your breathing. And beginning to lengthen into your breaths, slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Just picturing the length of your entire spinal column, all the way from the base, the tailbone, the sacrum, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and the neck. And with each breath in, imagine creating space along the entire spinal column. Crown of the head lifting as the hips ground down. Just allowing the face to be soft and the shoulders soft. This last couple of moments here with your eyes closed. And let's blink open the eyes. If you've got your other block, just grab that and place it in between both hands, palms of the hands pressing against the sides of the block. If you don't have a block, just take this position anyway, so hands about shoulder distance apart. Pressing into the block, we're going to lift the block up to shoulder height, taking an inhale. As you exhale, draw the shoulder heads back into the socket, and we'll just hold here for a few breaths. Thinking about the inner edges of the arms drawing in towards one another. Keeping the breath easy. And as we take this action, try to allow the muscles around the sides of the neck to relax and soften. Steady gaze with the eyes. And taking another inhale. As you exhale, let's lift the arms up above the head. So same action with the hands. We're trying to press into the sides of the block here. Lengthen up through both sides of the waist. Think about the lower ribs just softening in towards the body and then the back ribs climbing up, and that might give you a little bit more space along the sides of the body to lift the block a bit higher. Keep pressing the hands into the block. Keep breathing. And if you don't have your block, you're just imagining. So you're going to imagine that you're pressing into something, so the hands are not going to come in together. Muscles at the base of the neck softening away from the ears. At the same time, you might still climb the outer edges of the arms a little bit higher. Keep breathing. 3 more full breaths. And taking 1 more inhale, reach the arms up. Then as you exhale, let's bring the arms down, popping the block off to the side there. Just letting the arms just hang down by your side for a moment. And then taking the arms up to shoulder height, rotate the palms to face up towards the ceiling, taking an inhale. As you exhale, turn the backs of the hands to face one another, C-curve through the spine, draw the belly button in, let the chin drop in. And then as you inhale, open the palms back up towards the ceiling, little lift of the sternum up towards the ceiling, taking the arms a little bit further back behind you. And then exhale, go the other way. So we're C-curving through the spine, backs of the arms coming together, backs of the hands together. And then inhale, proud chest, reach those hands back. And then exhale, C-curve through the spine, draw the belly button in. And then inhaling, lifting the eyes. And exhale. And inhaling. And exhaling. And again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, let's hold it here. And then we're just going to take the hands in towards the chest and lengthen through the spine as you open the arms up. And then seal the palms of the hands together, backs of the hands come together. C-curve through the spine as you bring the fingers in towards you, and then extend, palms facing the ceiling as you lift up. One more time, palms, backs of the hands, C-curve as the fingers come in and open out, extending up through the spine. And then let's release the arms down by your side, coming off your block if you're on one. And finding your tabletop position. So setting up the wrists underneath the shoulders here, spreading through the fingers, taking a couple of cat-cows, but let's try to focus on the upper body a little bit more. So you're lifting up through the neck, releasing the sternum down, and then moving into the lower back and lifting the tailbone up, lifting the eyes, and then go the other way. So you can go through the tailbone, the lower back, the middle back, upper back, squeeze the chin in, and then reversing. Neck, inhale, upper body, middle back, lower back, tailbone, and then exhale, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, really pressing it in, up towards the ceiling, chin in. One more time, neck, upper body, middle back, lower back, tailbone, lift the eyes, inhale, exhale, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back and neck. And then coming back into your tabletop position. Bring the right elbow up towards the ceiling and let the eyes follow up. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to place the back of the hand down and turn the fingers to the side, and then slide that right arm out to the side as you rest the head down. And then coming back up again, drawing that elbow up, inhale, exhale, back of the hand down, let the right arm slide out to the side, eyes looking towards that right hand. One more time, inhale, lift the eyes, exhale, back of the hand down. You can come down that left forearm as you slide that right arm to the side, and let's hold it here for a couple of breaths now, pressing down through the back of that right hand, keeping the hips over the knees as much as you can here. Open breathing. And then taking an inhale, come up onto that left hand, flex the right hand and reach it towards the top of the mat, letting yourself come down to that left forearm. Let the forehead rest down. Continue to flex the right fingers up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. And then inhale, coming back up into your tabletop, and let's go the other side. So left elbow lifting up, lift the eyes, inhale, exhale, placing the back of the left hand down, fingers pointing to the side, and then slide down, come down to that right forearm, looking towards that left hand, and then coming back up again. Elbow lifts up, inhale, exhale, back of the hand, slide it down. And one more time. Inhale, elbow up, back of the hand, slide it down. And let's hold it here for a few breaths, pressing down through the back of that left arm. And then inhaling back up onto that right hand, flex the left hand, reach it towards the top of the mat and let the head rest down. Try to soften the muscle at the base of the left side of the neck away from the ear. One more full breath. And then inhale back into your tabletop for a moment, bringing the knees together, tuck the toes under, sitting back here into your toe stand for a moment. Interlace the hands behind the back, crossing the right thumb on top of the left to begin with. So reaching the hands down, lifting the sternum up, lift the eyes, letting the head drop back if it feels comfortable. Inhale. And then exhale, releasing forward. Place the palms down, fingers pointing backwards, and then C curve through the spine, tucking the chin in, draw the belly button in. And releasing back towards the heels. One more time, crossing the left thumb over the right this time. Taking an inhale, reach those hands back, maybe letting the head release back. And then exhaling. Shift the weight forward onto the palms of the hands and then slightly shift the weight back as you C curve through the spine. Draw the belly button in and then releasing back onto the heels. Come forward into your tabletop for a moment. Tuck the toes under and come into your down facing dog. Just taking a couple of breaths in your down dog in stillness to begin with. Sealing down through the inner edges of the hands. And then taking a pedal out through the feet. Thinking about those armpits wrapping to face one another. Just, that's the energetic movement. They might actually face one another. Okay. Releasing that down, taking another inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, letting the heels drop down, letting the head relax down, and then taking a spinal roll to come all the way up to standing for a moment, feeling the feet ground down here. Bring the backs of the hands to face one another, and then we're going to lift the shoulders up to the side and back. We're going to turn the palms to face back. And then going again, backs of the hands coming towards one another, lift the shoulders up, back and down. And again, backs of the hands up, back and down. Last time. Up, back and down. And then let's bring the tips of the fingers to the shoulder heads here, bringing the elbows together, circling the elbows back and down. And again. Just a couple here. And if you can, reach the wrists together behind the head. We'll go one more time in this direction and then changing the direction. Back behind you, maybe the backs of the wrists or the backs of the hands touch, elbows touch, and again. Two more. And then let's release that down. Take the arms up, inhale, look it towards the palms of the hands, and then exhale, circle the arms back behind you, interlacing the fingers, and either the right or the left thumb on top is fine. Reaching those hands back, lifting the sternum up, taking an in-breath as you exhale. Feel free to soften through the knees as you come forward into your Uttanasana here with the arms behind you. Gently trying to draw the heels, the hands together. If that's not available, just let the wrists separate, that's totally fine. Back of the neck relaxing. Taking two more full breaths.
Noticing if there's any space to take those arms a little bit further away from you, down to the ground behind you. One more full breath, inhale, staying for the exhale, see if there's any more space. And then gently release those hands all the way down. Walk your hands back out into your down facing dog. Taking one full breath here. Then come back down into your tabletop position for a moment and then coming down onto the forearms. Hands shoulder distance apart, elbows shoulder distance apart, knees and feet together if you can, and then tucking the toes under to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into your dolphin. And just holding here, find a steady spot for the eyes to rest in between the feet or towards the toes. And then we're just going to hold it here. Energetically thinking about those elbows drawing in towards one another. Pressing down through the knuckles of the thumbs and index fingers. Stay connected to your breathing. Base of the shoulders, moving away from the ears, and try not to let the head rest down on the mat here. 3 more full breaths. And then coming down onto the knees. Release the tops of the feet down and just sitting back into your child's pose. You can open the knees out if you'd like to. And option to just let the arms rest down by your side. Letting the shoulder girdle completely relax here. Taking the breath in between the upper back, in between the shoulder blades of the upper back. And then extend the arms forward. Come forward onto your belly and set yourself up for sphinx for a couple of breaths. Tops of the feet pressing down. They can be hip distance apart. Thinking about dragging the mat towards you, even though you're not going to move those arms so the sternum reaches forward as the tailbone reaches back in between the feet. And let's start to change our position now by walking the elbows forward and bringing the elbows and the forearms together. And let's bring the feet and the inner thighs together as well. So just as far forward as you can. And then if it's possible, let the head relax down into the upper arms. Just noticing if that space just underneath the upper arm into the armpit can soften, particularly on the exhale. Just a little gentle squeeze of the inner thighs towards one another. Just one more full breath. Gently start to straighten those arms, so releasing the arms down. And then coming back into your sphinx just for a moment. We'll take our broken wing pose here. So taking that right arm out to the side, keeping that 90-degree angle, elbow slightly above the shoulder. And turn the head to the left, using your left hand, roll yourself over to the right side of the body Either you could stand on this left foot or just be on the ball of the left foot. Relax that left elbow down, closing down the eyes if that's comfortable. And if having the foot behind you is not comfortable, doesn't work, you could just stack the legs together in front. Just finding your breath. And if you don't need this left hand down on the mat, you could wrap it behind you. And we want to just have a little bit of resistance with the inner edge of that right arm down onto the ground, so we're not just collapsing into that shoulder girdle. So there's just that little bit of pressure pressing down, as well as allowing yourself to release. So last couple of breaths, noticing if there's any way you can let go. Releasing that back arm if it's there. Roll yourself over onto your belly. Coming back up into your Sphinx pose for a moment, and let's go to the other side. So taking that left arm out to the side, elbow slightly above the shoulder, turning the head to the right, using that right hand, rolling yourself over onto the left side of the body. Just taking some time to find the right position if you need to. Again, option to keep the eyes closed. You might notice a little bit of a difference between one side and the other. Noticing the quality of your breathing. Can you soften? Can you smooth it out? And if you don't need this right arm in front of you, we're wrapping it behind. Noticing if there's any way you can let go. This last couple of breaths. Maybe softening the shoulders, the face. And then when you're ready, releasing that back arm, rolling back onto your belly. Just taking your time, coming back to center, hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself back into your child's pose once again, and your choice, either knees together or wide, and you can just let those arms come back behind you, letting the shoulder girdle fall forward. And then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, coming up to a seated position, sitting over to one side, just coming down your mat. And just to finish, let's take our Paschimottanasana, our forward fold. So flexing through the feet, taking an inhale to lengthen out through both sides of the waist, and then as you exhale, starting to come forward over the legs just to where you can, holding the shins, outsides of the feet. Taking another in-breath here, draw the sternum forward, and then as you exhale, coming down
Just to where it feels like you can hold for a few breaths. Feeling free to close down through the eyes or just gazing towards the big toes. Gently drawing the quadriceps up. Just thinking about scooping the belly in towards the spine as you inhale, and then as you exhale, maybe it'll give you a little bit more space. Just one more breath. And then on your next in-breath, coming all the way up and making your way down onto your back. Setting yourself up for your Savasana, making sure you're warm enough. Just letting the feet fall away from one another, arms a little bit away from the body, palms facing up. Just allowing the eyes to close. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Once again, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Just allowing the breathing to settle back into its natural rhythm. Just completely surrendering the weight of the body and allowing yourself to rest here for the next few minutes. Please feel free to stay resting here for as long as you would like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.